Hey everybody, Greg here, showing you my 19-foot Quintana Ponga style boat. Got the plans from SpiraInternational.com. Jeff Spira is the owner of the site. Really great guy to work with. Talked to him a few times via email. So basically what I have here, the original plans called for a boat that's about 19 foot 3 inches long and about a 7'8" or a 7' 10" beam. I decided that I wanted to take Jeff Spira's boat plans and modify it to be something similar to the size and comfort of a Duffy, similar to what we have here in Newport Beach that run the harbors. Duffys are the great little electric boats. And then my father-in-law had a really neat boat back in the 50s or 60s that I really like the design of, and I'll post those up at another time. But basically what I've done so far is I've cut all my frames up and I've mounted them to a 2" by 6" keelson. Currently what you see is 16 feet of the boat. My garage only has enough room for 16 feet at the moment, and then as soon as I get a chance I'm going to remove the back two cabinets in the garage, and that will give me the additional 3 feet that I need. So typically when you are working on a plywood over frame boat, it's okay to modify the length of it by just adding some distance between the frames. Typically it's not recommended to increase the beam. So what I've done is on the chine log, which is what I'm pointing at right now, and then go over here and look at the shear clamp. And on the shear clamp, which I'm pointing at right here, I extended both of those points out 4 inches on each side of the boat. So the boat is now 4 inches wider at every single boat. You can see that the curve is really nice on the chine log and on the shear clamp. Hopefully later today I'll finish up the shear clamp on this side. One thing too that I've noticed, it's probably best to only do one piece at a time when you do the chine log and the shear clamp, because I did one side which throws the other side completely out of whack, so I had to go back in with my level and my tape and redo the shear clamp and the chine log on this side in order to get all the measurements really accurate. My first boat that I built, which you can actually see sitting underneath the frame of this boat, is a 12-foot mini Ponga, which is also a Spira International design. And it came out really nice. I'm super happy with it. But on this 19-foot boat that I'm building, I'm putting a lot more time into making sure that the frame is perfect. All of my measurements right now are within an 1/8" to a 1/4" inch on all my distances and all my sizes. And any imperfections I found, I've either sanded or planed so that everything stays within the 1/8" to 1/4" inch tolerance. What I've done so far is I've started fairing in some of the areas you can see here so that it matches up with the frames, and then later today I'm going to start fairing the keelson. Kind of a pain with the way I am going to have to do it because I have to lean over to do it, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Also, something I did differently on this boat is on Jeff Spira's designs you typically run a strong back along the middle of the boat to support it, but because I put in my deck members, which are all 19 or 9.5 inches from the keelson, I decided to build a frame similar to the kind of frame underneath to support the boat that you would for a flat bottom boat. So if you come down here, you can see that the supporting frame doesn't run the center of the boat, it actually runs on the sides. And this has actually been really convenient, and I've really liked doing it this way. I think future boats, I'll probably build the frame that supports the ends than the strong back, instead of the strong back that supports the middle. Another thing I've done as well After I'm done with all the joints, I'm using fairing compound to seal them and even them up.